Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today's Daily Record, Birds-related artist Douglas Dillard, and this is 1969's The Banjo album. Now, Doug Dillard was on the peripheral of the Byrds. He played with Gene Clark. He also played with Chris Hillman. Really gifted banjo player, and one of the early practitioners of country rock. Dillard also played on Sweetheart of the Rodeo, the famous country album by the Byrds. Now, Dillard unfortunately passed away in 2012, but he grew up in Missouri. He started playing guitar and fiddle at a very young age, the age of 5. And he started playing in a family band with his dad, Homer, playing fiddle. His mother, Lorraine, played guitar. His older brother, Earl, played keyboards. And his heroes, like a lot of people who played banjo, Earl Scruggs, Ralph Stanley, and Don Reno. He corresponded with Earl Scruggs, and he persuaded his parents. He convinced them to drive him to Earl Scruggs' house in Tennessee. And Earl Scruggs put the Scruggs tuners on his banjo. And so by the age of 19, he started performing pretty regularly on a show, on a radio show there in Salem, hosted by Howie Teague. And by the late 50s, he had started a band, the Ozark Mountain Boys, along with his younger brother, and picking bluegrass music. And that was some of the early incarnations of what later became the Dillards. And after that, he and his brother Rodney, they put out a single, Banjo in the Holler, and started recording for Elektra Records. In addition to that, Dillards played a part on the Andy Griffith Show. So the Dillards were there along with Denver Pyle, who later became, as you all know, Gilligan. Yeah, because that's a joke, Denver Pyle, Bob Denver Pyle. Seeing if you're paying attention there. But Denver Pyle, Margaret Ann Peterson, they became the Darlings on Mayberry. So fans of Andy Griffith know about the Dillards, and Doug had the name Jebin Darling. So you've seen, if you watch Andy Griffith, then you know Doug Dillard, Jebin Darling. They were on there, but those appearances of the Darlings really introduced folk music to a large audience, a national audience, and so it kind of launched them into having guest spots on other shows, including shows with Tennessee Ernie Ford. Now later, by 68, he left the Dillards and he joined up with the Byrds, and he joined up with Gene Clark, one of the founding members, and they did 2 albums as Dillard and Clark. Also involved in that was Michael Clark, drummer for the Byrds, Bernie Leadon, and of course Byron Berline, always around. And he, kind of was there. That Dillard and Clark stuff was the early sense of country rock. Now he and his brother Rodney did the music for Bonnie and Clyde, the banjo music. He also played on Glenn Campbell's version of Gentle on My Mind, which won several Grammy Awards. In 69, he recorded this album, the Banjo album, and he went on to do a lot of session work because he was a gifted player. And so just if you want good solid banjo picking, this is a go-to album that I think that you really could get a lot out of. Now, this album also features Bernie Leadon, John Hartford on fiddle. Gene Clark plays on this album. So definitely Byrds related. The Banjo album by Douglas Dillard, one of the most gifted guys to ever play a banjo. So that is today's Byrds-related daily record. Enter the contest. You know where to find the information on that. I look forward to hearing from you. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. In the meantime, I will see you all again tomorrow with another daily record.